Oh dearie me, it's past 5 p.m. What hell have you been doing, or going? What sweet hell have you been in today? The sweetest of hells, I should hope. Pathfinding in video games. Oh, you've been trying to implement pathfinding? Or have you been experiencing shitty pathfinding? I don't remember how to... What the... It's weird. I got sleep for the first time, like a full night's sleep. First time in a couple weeks, and now my brain doesn't work? That's some bullshit. Okay. I have been thinking about... That's the sleep debt coming to collect? Yeah, probably. I've been thinking about what to do in the past 2 days in order to get myself out of the shithole that I put myself in with regards to this campaign. And I have an idea. I need to get my citizens happier. I need to boost their happiness so that I can get the count of my citizens back up. I could stack with Kryptonians, but if I do that, then everyone's going to get pissy that they're not a significant portion of the population. Auto Battler, I'm at the pathfinding phase and learning about A star. Takes best parts of Jigstra's and Greedy Search. Hard to implement with how the movement of chess pieces are. I don't remember how your chess pieces move. If they move grid to grid, then I suppose you could represent the grids with a set of points so that Jigstra's works. Or you could think about the grid as a set of points instead of as a grid. Greedy Search, I don't know about. I don't remember that one. Isn't Greedy Search just like try everything and whatever's shortest, use that one? Anyway, the idea that I was having in order to get everyone happy so that I can get my population back up and running is that I take the L and I open trade with the empire that I want to destroy. And the first thing that I do is I take all excess production that I'm capable of having and convert it directly into rations. And hopefully what that does is makes the number of food days that I have so massive that everyone gets a massive happiness boost. Because I can sustain my population with my food production, but I can't get an appreciable number of happiness days. On a grid following data-driven design, have my 2D grid represented by 1D array that utilizes the following equation to determine what XY coordinates are at: y times board size plus x. Okay. Is there a lower limit to what the board size is? Because that stops... Doesn't that stop working at board sizes, like... On a 1D array, because it's faster and uses less cycles to do calculations, lower limit is a 1x1 board. But if it's a 1x1 board, how do you determine what your x and y values are if it's essentially x plus y equals a, and you have no idea what x or y are? Unless you do know what x or y is somehow. Okay. Equation also assumes it's a square board. Yeah. Non-square board would be difficult. Square grids are easy to think about. Anyways, to implement my plan, Gotta go. What is your empire say? Les Bavatin. Ugly ass queen. Not Queen Eboli, just the Queen of Les Bavatin. Raid. What do you want from me? You want a lot of my shit, but it's all shit that I can accept. Bastards. I mean, look at her. That is not a person who's aged well. Pacifist dislikes war. Yeah, right. You fucking declared war on me, you lying piece of shit. But trade's reopened now. So now I need to reopen all of my export depots. Wish there was a fast way of doing this. Once I export all of my excess and import specifically rations, I should be able to generate an impressive amount of food days. Yeah, I'm at minus 92, shut up. Export depots, you gotta make that a higher priority. Now, import depots. I have to turn all of these off. Except one. I'm producing everything that I need to stay alive at the moment. I need to import only rations. Import to a maximum 95%. I need to import 26,451 rations. 26,451. Each ration is 59. The value of 59 or less. Looks like 59 is the market max at the moment. That's 1.56 million denarii. But if I get those 26,000 rations, that should, in theory, over double my food days. So it'll bring me from 11 to 22 plus, which should massively increase happiness. So that's the plan. Although it'll probably decrease a little bit because I'll need to get population back. We'll see. We'll see. See if it works. Prioritizing those export depots might cause some problems with... Oh, I also need to fix some things because the amount of production that I have now is weirdly different. Get leather down to 40%. I don't think that I... 30%. It's uncomfortable, but it's better than nothing. Bread, I just need to not export that. Pottery, sure. Sure. Clothes. I don't think I'm producing anywhere near enough clothes to make that at the moment, but I'll reduce that down to 50%. Cloth, I think I'm barely positive. Oh no, I'm slightly negative on that, so that's not gonna happen. Warhammers. Going to keep producing those because very expensive. Cut stone, same deal. So there's the plan at the moment. And my other concern is that I am going to be running out of everything I need to keep my military up. Like, I'm low on bows, I'm low on armor. I just dropped below maximum saturation, I'll say, on shields. So if I get invaded, I'm in a little bit of trouble. And Danger Jastar is not the most dangerous person that can invade me at the moment. We've got some heavy hitters that could be coming. Fortunately, I've got all of my walls up. Mostly. I need to re-enable ration makers, which is just going to impact my production even more. I need to do some reallocation in order to keep myself alive. Opium, you're producing too much of that, I guess. Wow, I really have that many opium farms, huh? So if 1, 2, 3, 8 opium farms are producing 42 opium per day on a yearly basis, that's a net of 22. And I should be able to shut down half of them. Let's shut down all of these. Actually, I'm going to keep 5 open and close 3. Now, what else? What else do we got going? Anything else I am over or under producing? Cotton is actually fairly high or low on overproduction. I still need to be producing herbs. Iron is kind of eh. I need to keep producing iron because I don't have the capacity to import it at the moment. Tools are on the up. All the military equipment is down. How am I looking on pottery production? Plus 0.5. Clay, I think I am losing out on work. Is that because it's shut down, or is that because I don't have enough workers? It's broken, that's why. God damn it. Fucking rioters driving me insane. Anything else broken? No? No? Good. Beast tamers, those are still up. Wood. I'm on a deficit of wood, technically. I'm on an excess of stone. And that is while my stone mine is understaffed. Why is that an excess? Right, because I'm not making cut stone at the moment. Cut stone is completely disabled. Not completely disabled, just no one there to work. Right, that's fine, I'll just turn it off. Stone mine will reduce you down. What are you producing? 280 with an excess of 90 at 17. 9 times 28 divided by 9. It's 3 and change, so I'm about 50% over on the number of stone miners I need, so that's about 5 or 6. I'll take this down to 12. All that good. Ration makers are continuing to produce rations. I should be getting more from trade. Yep. Coal, we're up, or we're down. I think someone else was using coal, but I disabled them. Probably not fully staffed in the coal mines anyways. Nope. Drop this down to producing 106 with 28, and we're 29 over, so that's once again about 50% over production needs, so I'll drop this down to 20 and see what happens. 0.8, boost that up. Net 2 is okay. Or mine. You are just barely holding at 36, so that's where you're gonna stay. Whoops, 36, not 35. You're also just barely holding at 35. We'll hold you at 35. We are under production on furniture. Overproduction in metal smelters. Reduce the number of metal smelters down to 40, 35. And labor shortages, am I right? 20.6 with a remainder of 7.5, so once again about 50% over necessary production. Let's reduce this down to 20? Go 25 for now and see what happens. When I reduce this down, I should be able to reduce the number of coal and ore required. Come on, move jobs. Good boys. Now we're over 11 and 8 on coal, or on ore and coal, which means I can reduce the number of miners there even further. 46, 18. Just a little under double, we'll say 80%. So we'll reduce this down to 20. See where we get from there. Coal also a little under 20. Or coal also a little over double, or a little under double. God damn it, I can't speak. Reduce this down to 15. Add a net negative, boost this back up to 18. Just barely negative, boost this up by 2. And we'll call that good for the moment. Furniture, we are losing mostly to maintenance and furnishings. Fabrics, we are now slightly up on. Clothing, we are slightly up on, thank God. Cut stone, we're losing, that's fine. Pottery, we're increasing, that's fine. Tools, we're increasing, that's fine. I could probably sell tools once I reach a certain threshold. Because of construction, I am managing to gain wood despite being at a massive net loss, which is really funny. Alright, I think that's as stable as I can make it for a moment. Minus 11, ooh, and 12 on production. Warhammers are the only things that I'm building that are trade viable. That's just gotta be how it is. Am I understaffed on carpenters? Yes, just slightly. I think it being at a deficit of 12 laborers across, what? 1,750 plus citizens? That's not bad. We'll call that good for the moment. Then we'll wait. Very average guy. Hello. Welcome to stream. your first time chat, so you're not familiar with the goings on. Last stream I had a very small, colossal fucky wucky. Sort of damaged my economy nearly, well, actually to the point of causing a riot, which then damaged my economy more. We're working through it. It's getting there. Holy shit, that's positive laborers. Actually, once this woodcutter gets fixed, then it's gonna drop down below negative again. Oh, did my population increase? Am I getting people back? I am. It's slow, but I'm getting people back. Who am I getting back? Not Dondorians. Humans. Humans are coming back. Not Detroit. Is that a reference to Detroit Become Human? Or is that a reference to the real-life city of Detroit's social, cultural, and/or economic situations? Because if that's the case, I don't fully understand. Real life? Okay. Is Detroit experiencing a declining population? Or are people coming back to Detroit and that was the joke? I'm sorry, there's only so many current events that I can keep track of before my brain explodes. Or I start drooling, rocking back and forth in the corner. When the steel industry left Detroit, everything went to shit, and this is like the 70s or 80s. Oh. Oh, you've got to be shitting me. Why you gotta be like this? Fine. Fine. Take my food, you bastard. Alright. Given that the plan is to absolutely ration max, I think it's prudent to further increase the amount of rations I can store. So I'm going to make an entire other warehouse right next to this ration warehouse, which is a full size, and have that be maxed rations. This was meant to be a conquest campaign. Now it's just everyone is a farmer. I don't have a choice. Don't worry. Eventually we'll get to a point where the farmers can pick up their arms again. Look at that. Look at that. 40 excess workforce. The plan is working. We're getting big gains on rations. In a season and a half, we've increased by 3,000. This could be faster than I thought it would be. See, speaking is something that perhaps a capable and fully fledged person could do. A goal of conquest means that you're just going to learn how to get really good at becoming self-sufficient, so either way, this is a win. I mean, there's a level of that. Like, once I get a second city, then we can have, like, division of tasks. Like, that second city, I could just not give a shit particularly about that city, and then just have them funnel resources in. But we gotta see. I am somehow losing food. What is causing me to lose food? Consumed. Wait, do you not know how Conquest works? No, I don't know how Conquest works. Aha! I did say that this, at some point, that this was a Conquest, that my first time trying to do Conquest. Hi, BlazeCat. Welcome to stream. Don't get to build another city, you just set up buildings through clicking interface to pay for the buildings it will. What about conquering other cities? Because you are able to do that, aren't you? Is there not a point at which you can, like, they get reset? Can I go in inside and build those cities? Like, it just gets reset to a blank map and then I have to build it up again? Well. Okay. You just choose what buildings get built by clicking, and they send you taxes. Interesting. Not so grand. That's disappointing. I was thinking of something more along the lines of, oh, what's the game? It's the game that looks just like, not prison sim. All of your characters look like potatoes. I don't know what the game is called. I don't know why it's failing. My brain is failing at the moment. RimWorld, thank you. That's the one I was thinking of. I was thinking like a RimWorld thing where you could conquer other tiles and then you could go into those and they would be their own tiles, but if that's not the case, it's mildly disappointing. Then again, this game does struggle to do simulations once you get to larger population size, so I suppose that does make sense. Oh my gosh, I have workforce availability. Despite my population not really increasing all that much, what's going on? Something's weird. Something's confusing me. I am perplexed. Y'all gotta get out there and be productive. Oop. Come on, clear that last tile. Good job. Feels like you're an empire and your capital city ruler. Your subjects and nobles take care of the regions. Oh. So that's... okay. So you're still just building the one city. Does that mean that you're capped on how large your empire can be by virtue of how many nobles you have? Is that what that means? So I have 10 nobles, I can only have 10 cities? You get more promotions? Okay. So, conquering, getting cities, putting nobles in charge of those cities, they send me resources so that I can get higher population in my main city so that I can get more promotions to get more nobles. Something along those lines? There we go. Nobles never leave city, but yes, you can assign them to governor instead of an industry, and they generate gov points, which you use to upgrade your regions. Okay. Oop, not those. There we go. Build. All right. Next time I try to do something grand Imperial, I'll run it by you before I make a mistake that could potentially cost another stream or two to rectify. Because I will admit, the waiting instead of invading feels a bit like Total War in a sense. I'll have to take your word for it. Kind of boxed in, unfortunately, to try to conquer them, but I think it's easier just to make the colleague for now and march through them to conquer some easier freelance. I did have an idea that I could potentially maybe bait them into invade. If I can get my entire catapult line up and running, I think that I could withstand a pretty sizable invasion. You know, I had something like... I think I had exactly 69 catapults. Hold on. Was that the right number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, times 2 is 64. No, 65. Excuse me. They're continuing to get constructed, though, so that's good. Oh, right, that's why my wood was increasing. Y'all really not gonna fix this woodcutter, huh? But I do need y'all cutting wood, so please get back on that. Minus 370. Holy crap, food days are increasing. What do you mean the plan is working? That's not something that should ever happen. I'm a fool. Being said, I don't think their population is increasing. No, it's still going down. What am I doing? Here's the speakers. Here's an approval. Don't like the hearths. Wells are fine. Food stalls are okay. Markets you're unhappy with. Dwarves, you have the same complaints? You want stages kind of badly. Other than that, kind of yes. I don't have the labor to build a stage yet. And if I had a few less insane people, that would make things a lot easier. I kind of need y'all to, like, fix this woodcutter. Can that happen? Anybody? Anybody? Still negative on furniture? You have a brewery? I heard booze can boost happiness, but the resource cost for a brewery is rather incredible. Like, you need seemingly as much booze as you need food in order to sustain any quantity of alcohol. And just the resource requirement in order to do it is immense. At least that's been my previous experience. I don't know if that's changed. It could always be different. Violence is unquestionably a necessity in this life. Prepare for it by getting more soldiers. Brother! So you have no real complaints. Annoying little bastardos. Stage is cheap. Finer entertainment's cheap. I don't need it. Logistics to increase carry capacity could reduce the total number of warehouse workers significantly. I don't know how much they can carry normally. Let's open this up and see if... Wait, hold on. Inspect. Oh, that's a carpenter, not a warehouse. Genius. Alright. I need... What do you mean you're all waiting for work? You mean you're sitting around doing nothing? Storing goods. No, 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 no. Fetching resources. Okay. What are you holding right now? 10 units or so? Execute handout. There should be something that indicates what they're doing right now. Nope, that's not the right button.
Properties?
Tasks. Basic needs. Status. Eh. There's far too many statistics in here for me to be able to read them. Law, monuments, needs, population, race, random. Random. Religion, service. Stored. What does that mean in the context of an individual? Is that like how much they've stored in the past? So that's kind of interesting. Huh. Employed, work fulfillment. These are all zeros. Work retirement age, blah, blah, blah. Work time. Work stockpile. You know what? Search. Help me out there. Songs of 6. How much can a citizen carry? Who knows? Might be different by race. Carry capacity. Determined by the warehouse skill of the species. Humans being 800% and thus carrying 8 at a time. Oh. Oh, in that case. Proceed easily if you hover over warehouse in the build menu. Distribution. No. Logistics. Warehouse. Use to store goods, significantly decreases spoil rate, blah blah blah. Workers have a higher carrying capacity than normal subjects. Yeah, that's fine if it doesn't show there. We can look up it in the encyclopedia. Just go down to warehouse. And then we can see everyone's carry capacity. Okay, so Kryptonians and Dondorians are 10 and 12 each. Humans are 8. So increasing their carry capacity by 1 would increase each by 100%. Yeah. If I had an Incantors, that'd be great, but I don't, so c'est la vie. Do Dondorians even like working in warehouses? Oh, they fucking love working in warehouses. Wait, no, I don't think that's what that means. 50% fulfillment for everyone? It's gotta be somewhere. It's one of these likings, but I don't remember what the liking is for warehouse. Oh, green bars fulfillment? Okay, I see. Fulfillment 50%. Yep, you're right. Oh, Cantors fucking hate it. They really don't like to be carrying stuff. Okay. Well, if it's 50 fulfillment for everyone, I could do weird things like force specific species like Dondorians to work warehouse jobs in order to increase the total requirements, but then I would be diminishing A, the number of Dondorians I can even have in the city, and B, taking them away from jobs that they do like and are better at. So I think, man, 151 fucking employees. Today at 20%. I feel like I can manually reduce the number of people at this specific warehouse to improve things. It's just really bad at this warehouse because it's the central hub for the entire city. But it doesn't need to be like that. I could take away all of the storage for weapons and armor. That is something that I could do. Do not make massive mega warehouses, drains employees like mad. You have so many goods to grab, blah blah blah. 5 grab goods, bread, grain from farm, clay to clay pits, weapon makers, carvers, etc. etc. Better have more medium small warehouses. Yeah, I can see that. I'm gonna have them stop storing all of these things. Hopefully that reduces the number of people working here. Limit radius. I don't... Oh, look at that. What is the current active radius? Everywhere, it seems. That be the case. Let's reduce the radius down by, like, say, 25%. Maybe. Or half. What does half do? Half is still basically fucking everywhere. Let's put it at about a third. Do that for all the warehouses. I will take your advice. Hopefully this reduces the burden on everything. I know that this is being a little, oh, what's the term? Heavy-hand is the wrong term. What am I trying to think of? This is all rations. 152 crates. An upgraded 152 crates. So, you know, 45,000 rations. Too many mega one-size-fits-all warehouses. Yeah, I can see that. It's just that having larger central warehouses makes my brain happy and also decomplicates my thought processes. But I know, I understand what you're talking about. Reduce the radius. Actually, that's either that improved things or work requirements were kind of reduced. Oh, that might have improved things. Sure, improve things. Run the risk of letting areas get not picked up. Yeah, I'm going to have to either create a warehouse. I think I'm going to have to increase the radius of this warehouse for now, just so that it covers all the walls. So I can pick up all the excess wood that's getting chopped down for building out the catapult places. Okay. Tend to use small radius warehouses so they don't have to fetch across the map. Use haulers if you need to remote fetch anything. That also makes sense. And also, even if it is like a small radius warehouse, can't you still use the pull source from other warehouses in order to grab resources? That still works, right? Yes, okay. I will take that knowledge under advisement. Not under advisement. I will take that knowledge and work with it for the future. Blood of the innocent, my dear queen, blah blah blah. Bullseye Jag. Is Bullseye Jag someone I can fight? Yeah, I think so. Wait, soldiers 432. What the hell? $132. Sold. Oh my god. I'm just gonna have to pray, I guess. Well, I mean, what's the worst that happens? Unless you just convert it all to archers and artillery, there's nothing the enemy can do about it. Yeah. Loading, unloading is great for super high throughput. Okay. Hi, Skrunkle, by the way. What were the 3 things that could happen if they request assistance? It was they get turned into a free city. They stop them or they let them through. I'm sure they won't collapse. I'm praying. Also, hello, Otter. I'll request assistance, see what happens. Who knows, maybe they collapse their empire, and then I have a chance. I have a chance to get out of the situation. Maybe I can finally get Nibar. One way or the other, I'm gonna have to fight them. It's just that if I have to fight them right now, I'm gonna be down all of my combat resources, which is not ideal. Didn't pay me. Bullseye Jag barely escaped with life. Not very pleasant news. Due to your failure to pay off the raider, the faction is upset with you. Are you gonna cancel the trade agreement? No, you still like me. We're still good. Extortion -1? Alright, sure. Collection warehouses for grain which doesn't allow fetching, and I have loading stations that transport them to a central bakery. Okay. Super high loads, use it for food, people eat a lot, get more dense especially. Okay. Good news is I still have trading relations with Blesbavaten. They're still selling me rations. What's the price on the rations? Pretty much only ever need to transfer bread and iron. Trade value holding steady at 59. How many am I importing? 64,000 items. Less. At some point I'll just have so much food that nobody has to worry about it. If that's even a good idea, we'll see what happens. I am continuously losing human and Dondorian population. Y'all's... Blaze, yeah, Blaze, I did like the inverse thing. I built the warehouses next to all the grain, and then I put the bakeries next to the warehouses. Instead of, like, putting the bakeries elsewhere to haul them. Conveniently, that the bakeries and the warehouses with all the grain in them are nearby to the forestry, so that it's all kind of in the same place. I don't think I've ever made it to a civilization large enough to have to worry that much about logistics. Why is everyone pissed off? Assembling machine with... Whoa. Hoping this will give me enough compute power to fill a 4x mod city. Feeling like it did makes a lot of sense. Early game become harder when they scale. I see. Continuous population decline. Come on, you're at 83% happiness. What's killing your loyalty? No wrongful death. Food. You like the food days. You don't have food preference. Home research machine, definitely need a game on it. Yeah, I mean, you can run everything at yes at that point. Maybe you can hit 60 frames per second in Crisis. Focus on services. Yeah. They're a little pissy. They're okay with the wells, although I think the excess... No, they're okay with the wells. Markets, I need more of those. Hearth, I should probably get the research upgrade on. Spare 3090 to run the physics. Yeah, just the physics. I immediately forgot what I was looking for. It was Hearth and Market. Fancy markets. Where's the Hearth? There's the Hearth. I think I only have one market, and that was already supporting most of the access, effectively, somehow. How's that working? 47%. Not bad. I think I should build 2 more markets. Furniture you're giving them. I'm giving them a lot of furniture. I don't think I can actually support giving them max stone. Never mind. All of them are at like half stone. They're still... Huh. That is not as much stone consumption as I would expect. Okay. I wouldn't even need to manually harvest it. I don't think I even have a noble assigned to... Oh, no, I do have a noble assigned to stone. Never mind. Still. Anyways, services, Hearth. I just increased it. Access is at 86%. That means I need to build more. What's the utilization? That's not what I was trying to do. Click on the Hearth, not the people. This one, which is central to everything, is massively overutilized. Goodness gracious. I need somewhere that I can put my mouse so that I can see the rest of the screen. Thank you. Alright. I definitely have space issues. Where can I build a hearth? This is destined to become a bathhouse. I can build a hearth here. I can build a large hearth here. Well, yes, that is a max size hearth. And I need to upgrade all of these. Costs wood that I don't have. Hooray. They still haven't fixed the fucking woodcutter. Hey guys. Repair the woodcutter. Oh, I didn't. Did I not have this marked as repair? Accident at the bakery resulting in many deaths once again. Wood is a problem. Activate strip mining of trees. Hopefully that's okay for now. Now please, for the love of God, fix the goddamn woodcutter. I'm gonna have to reduce the amount of furniture everyone's getting. Y'all are using too much. Oh no, I'm not even making enough to sustain the maintenance requirements. Damn. This is a problem. Why is nobody repairing the woodcutter? Political struggles, minorities won't have majority fulfillment. Yeah. Building specifications, road fulfillment, need a lot of try-harding to make them happy, like segregating zones. Yep. Oh, and I just keep losing population. Makes my life more difficult. And they get pissed off because they lose population. I'm not getting any immigration. Repair the fucking woodcutter. What is wrong with you? Do I need to like cancel the job and reactivate it? Suspend job. Activate job. You still not doing anything. Good catch on the fish. Had to try rearranging to confirm that it worked. Huh? What are they doing? They're just going in and not doing anything. Okay, what if I just destroy the auxiliaries and then make replacements? What is going on? Oh, that was all storage. That's why. Auxiliaries. No storage. Okay. Storage now? Maybe? Check. You really just raw dog it on the noise? What do you mean? It's not that noisy. Oh. Walls used to block the noise. I didn't realize they don't do that anymore. Actually, it looks like residential walls block the noise, but... No? How does that work? Humans don't like noise, Kryptonians don't care, Gondorians like it. Okay. Pretty sure everyone's noise fulfillments aren't that bad. Right, Dondos don't care. Yeah. We're at high fulfillment. As long as I remember you need 2 layers of wall to block noise. Alright, okay. We don't need 80 woodcutters, we just need enough to not run out of wood. Furniture, that's going to become a second problem. We're only at 54 of 60, and we're dying. Good things all the industries they're good at make noise. Yeah. I didn't want to do this. Whoops. Wrong one. 950. Going to have to increase the number of Kryptonians in the settlement just to get labor up enough that I can actually produce goods. Which is going to impact my food requirement, and it's also going to knock everyone else down in terms of happiness. Wait. We got immigrants? I so do not understand how the immigration system works. I do not get it. They hit 346 and then they boosted themselves back above 350 and now they're down again. If you have more than 80% loyalty, you can get immigrants. I have more than 80% loyalty on everyone, but I'm not getting immigrants. I don't know, it's weird. Alright. Hearths. This one is still kind of shitty. Oh, good that I got that. Metal smelters. Increase. 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 Okay, you're just going to ignore me. That's fine. Native on ore. Oh. That's what's going on. Don't have enough coal production. Positive on coal now? Yes. Ore is doing weird shit. On production, just not enough workers. Pop that up to 26. How are we looking? Positive now. Metal smelters, not yet positive. Boost that up to 30. Might need 90% happiness. I'm thinking that's probably what's the requirement it is, but I haven't hit the requirement in order to get population either. Like, I got 10 immigrants a while back. Immigrants did I get? I got like 20 immigrants 5 to 6 days ago, but if I look back there, it's like 85, so maybe it's 85% of happiness, which is the cutoff. But then I'm 85 down here and I'm not getting any immigrants, so maybe I need to be literally above 85, so 86 and up. Don't trust the estimations. If you have any hiccups, that changes them in real life. Oh, it changes them in estimations. If you have any hiccups, it changes them in real time. Huh. Okay. Wait, does it literally have to be at 86 or above? It's 86 minus 9 days ago, and then minus 9 days ago, I had immigrants! So I am directly on the cusp of having immigrants. I'm just not getting any because I'm not making 86%. Ah! Okay. Let's prioritize things. Let's upgrade the 3 highest usage hearths. So hearth 1, 4, and 6. Actually, just do 1 at the moment. 1 gets upgraded. Hopefully that increases people's availability. And then markets. People wanted markets and higher quality markets. 21, 48% access. And that's with a single market in the center of everything. So if I zoom out, That one market is small and it's right there. All of my population is distributed diagonally from northwest to southeast, so if I make a market up here and down here, that should cover it, theoretically. Distribution, market. I don't think a 3x3 does anything for me. But this is not on the aqueduct side, or canal side, so I can still build it all the way up against the road. Make a little goofy-sized market right here. Then down here, make a market. Another little weird-sized market. Does it make sense? Perhaps not. Is it cute? Yes. I am barely negatives. Okay. Who died? Woodcutters. That's unfortunate. Anyways, carpenters. Five minus 300. La 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 la. Ooh. Close on wood production. Just need to get everybody happy again. This actively a slave to estimations, and it's an enormous waste of time. When you say estimations, could you be more specific as to what you mean? Because I only think I know what you're talking about. And that is substantially different from actually knowing what you're talking about. Whenever you hovered over the building, the estimated output? This estimated output. Telling me not to trust it. River fills up with the Colossus estimated output, but the dynamic storage is full, blocking production. I mean, yeah, I was aware of that, but also I can look at the storage outputs and see that there's nothing there. Because it does physically display the piles on the output storage. So if I can see that there's piles on the output storage, then I can assert that the reason that they're not doing anything is because the output is blocked. -4 year by year on cotton. That's impressively close. Furniture, getting back up. Cut stone, don't care at the moment. Clothes, -6, that's a problem. My Warhammers continue continue to go up. Is that because I increased storage and now they're not exporting as quickly as I would like? Export saturation, maybe? No one wants to buy any more of my Warhammers? I am selling one Warhammer every 2 or 3 days. That is so incredibly strange. Is it throughput limiting my exports to whatever my input import requirements is? You have one trade partner, that's why. I had one trade partner before, and they were buying way more stuff. It's just that... Oh, you know what? They're such a massive place that they produce everything they need, so they don't want to buy much. Trade with one guy so much, all your goods are super inflated. What would it take for us to become colleagues? 1.3 million lost value? I don't know if I have enough resources for that, period. Goodness gracious. I mean, if I can get competitive pricing, it's worth it. But... Man, I wish there was a way for me to see what other people's pricings were. Like a consolidated screen. Like, I know the trade screen, so if I scroll down to Warhammers and pop this open, but it's just going to show conquer lands behind them. If you walk your army on their land, they will just ask you to pay a fee. Conquer lands behind them and use taxes to help your economy gain, but until your colleague, it will be rough. I mean, I technically have the resources in order to become a colleague. It's just that it will deprive me of a lot. But since they boxed you in, yeah. And then once I become a colleague, then I need to initiate trade with other places, which will cost me even more resources. But I don't know what my other options are. They're not buying enough of my shit that I can import the necessary rations in order to boost my food days to increase my happiness, among other things. Why is my furniture production going negative again? I don't have enough people working in the carpentry. Fine, boost you to 70. Barely holding steady at the very bottom of my maximum storage. Oh, suboptimal situation. I think I'm gonna hold for now. Not do anything rash. Slowly and continuously build up my rations, build up my food days, have people become happy. Get my population back up. Too weak, yeah. Anytime you try to trade with someone with a substantially higher value than you, they are just like, ha 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 ha, silly backwater provincials, give us all of your shit for the privilege of having use embassies to flatter them. I don't have the people necessary in order to set up embassies. You are correct, but I can't manage that at the moment. Going on over here? None of the other pastures are fluctuating like that. Why are you doing it? I only need like 20 people, but I still need to build an embassy. If I remember correctly, that requires research. And never mind, it doesn't. Oh yeah, paper production. So that require more people. Hey guys, what's going on with wood? Insufficient workers allocated. Maybe you can just have 15 paper makers or something. Hmm. I'll take it under advisement. For the moment, my plan seems to be working. My population is climbing back up. One person dies and then population goes down again. Okay, the markets are built. Everyone's getting happier, yes? 31%, that's 70% access. Alright. What's it take to upgrade the markets? Stone, furniture, and pottery. Well, guess what I don't have at the moment? All the furniture I need! You know, theoretically I'm producing excess on wood, but something seems to be wrong. What is going on? I am covering all my area with markets, though. Oh, they have literal ranges. Okay. So I need another market over here, then. Okay, teleport my camera down there, why don't you? But a little market right here. Ooh. Maybe not there. Maybe over here. Entertainment, health, distribution, market. 7 by 4. It's 1 employee. Then I think the other blind spot was up here. Distribution, market, 1. Done. And I still need to upgrade them. I still need to... How's my pottery production? Still positive, technically. I need to increase my pottery production. What are the things that I need in order to maintain? Oh, right, I need to turn my masonry back on. That's another thing I need to do. Don't need all 40. 10 will be fine. Well, aren't you getting utilized? Kind of a lot. Right, it's not worth it to quibble semantics at the moment. Just need to... Wish I knew... This is the original market. Let's get you upgraded. These are comparatively low traffic markets. God damn it, y'all need to... Stop dying. For real. It's inconvenient. Man, I remember... Oh! How very interesting for you to offer that. For you see, I have an uncomfortable number of slaves for my population. Now, if I remember correctly, some people enjoy other slaves and some people don't. Bretonians... are very happy and don't care so much. Dondorians don't like Dondorian slaves. Humans really don't like Dondorian, or humans really don't like human slaves, but don't care so much about other species slaves. How many slaves do I have of everybody? Right, I can drop. I can drop probably 10 each of my Dondo and humans. See, the problem is if I get rid of slaves, then I get rid of a significant portion of my labor, and if I get rid of a sufficient portion of my labor, I run into, you know, labor shortage again. Liberate them in the citizens. They don't like it when slaves have been liberated in the citizens. Or some of them don't. I don't remember which ones. What is it? Population, former slave, citizens that are former slaves. Yeah, well, no, that's everyone. Credos don't care. Dondos do not like former slaves. Humans do not like former slaves. And not just any slaves of their own race, any slave to citizen transitions at all. They don't like it. So I'm just gonna sell off 10 and 10. Like a couple of each of the other ones. Sell, 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 sell. Right, but what's the point of getting rid of or increasing fulfillment in one only to decrease fulfillment in the other if I still need to have population? You usually don't have slaves. Well, I have slaves, okay? It's my primary form of punishment for criminals because I don't have law set up yet. And I accidentally got a shit ton of them when I was raiding. Be executing which boost laws ton? No! My law is pretty much at max anyways. It's fine, and I don't lose labor. I appreciate your advice, but your way of playing is not the only way. Who's the one? You're the one that makes warhammers and then sells them off. Which reminds me, I need to switch from producing warhammers to producing shields so that I have shields. Oh dear. Deary me, oh my. Am I running out of coal again? Y'all are driving me nuts. How much all of my coal is getting constantly consumed? Blacksmith. Furniture is slowly increasing, but not fast enough. My population is increased enough to the point that I think I can just max out my carpentry. Wish I had that advanced carpentry tech, but I don't. Foresters increase you up to 65, so I don't have to worry about wood production. Stone, y'all are still positive. Cut stone, I think y'all are technically negative. Okay. I'm going to need more of you anyways. Markets need to continue upgrading. Hearths also need to continue upgrading. You are... all needing to get upgraded. There. Upgrades. Markets are going up. Access 89. Who among you has no market access? Nobody, really. What does the red mean on the map? Red spots means not enough on that spot. But it's like range. Blue, blue, white, red, blue, and then surrounded by blue. Very confusing. Can't walk easily from there to your market. Yeah, that doesn't make sense in my head either. Just have to eat whatever issue is causing that. Right. Time to boost things in general. Food production is fine, I think. Yeah. I don't know. That whole bit is confusing. Leave food alone. Mining is okay. Boost mining a little bit. Woodcutting can stay where it is. Not mining gems or sithilin. I can increase fisheries, which is something I forgot to do. That should increase it a lot. Carpentries. Increase fine arts. Leave it for the moment. Boosts can be quite powerful. Yes, they can. I remember my first city, I was playing without food boosts, and I couldn't sustain any kind of population. Then I started redoing my technology, because I was focusing too much on happiness, and I wasn't paying attention to, you know, Maslow's hierarchy. And they got rightfully pissed off at me. Holy shit, the wall is built. It's done. It's complete. It's beautiful. I just need to set catapults on top. Focus on mushrooms. That is another thing I need to do. Whoops. Why do you not have walls? What happened? Why were you built without walls? Oh, you were built without walls because I copy-pasted you down from where your walls were made of stone instead of mountain. That makes sense, sort of, in a manner of speaking. Oops. Well, that's been like that for likely years. Why in the... So strange. There. Mushroom farm needs supports. My understanding is yes for construction, no for maintenance. Unless you're building it outside, which you shouldn't be anyways, because they're optimal underneath mountains. There we go. I am going to modify this because I did not make this very well. Yeah, yeah. No, don't refill the mountain there. What the hell's your problem? Spend jobs, no cancel jobs. That. No canal. That is okay. Canal will get filled in. Like so. I fucking missed. Damn it! Cancel job. Built it too high. One lower. There we go. So canals count as roads, and because of that... No, they don't count as roads. Actually, am I able to copy canals? Yes. Why couldn't I copy canals there? Because I wasn't copying the entire building. That's why. Nope, I have no idea what's going on. Just talking out of my ass. There. No, not like that. There. And we build roads all around. Or not. Because it decided that it was going to build in a mountain instead of building roads. Like that. Copy the torches. There. Actually, we have positive mushroom production. Somehow. I don't know, something seems weird about that. Alright. I'm going to leave these to get built, and I'm going to take a quick break to use the restroom. Be back in a bit. Right. So because everyone does their best thinking on the toilet, I had a thought. I don't know whether or not this is the case, but when you're constructing a farm, you always need an amount of whatever resource you're going to be farming in order to build the farm in the first place. Do you think that you require an amount of that resource in order to re-sow the fields every season? And that you just never notice because your harvest is always above what that resource requirement is? Because if that's the case, there's a weird possibility of like a drought ruining your crop and then preventing you from re-sowing. Just a thought. Yeah, how much pressure is this producing to the... Yeah, it'll have enough pressure to get up there. Maybe. Might need to add another water pump. We'll see what happens. Population is going back up. It's very good. That being said, that was just after harvest season. We had people's preferred foods, so... Needs mushrooms to complete. Well, that's gonna have to wait until next season. Right. Good, while I was gone, our furniture went up. Metal is... doing weird things. Clothes are at a net down. I think my tailor's already working at maximum capacity. I have no coal. Yep, you're right. I keep increasing the amount of coal that's getting produced. And it keeps not mattering. Why? Another 5 people in there, just to be overcompensating. Let's boost this back up to 35. Tech workload less than 100 means you aren't getting the goods in there in time. I mean, there are no goods asylum requests. Noble running an asylum in the Stratford Sands interest in my deranged subjects? If you accept his offer, all of your deranged subjects would be sent away to receive treatment. Yeah? Subjects kill event. Wait, I have to send... No, he gives me Denari? Deranged are rounded up and collected by a few handlers are now someone else's problem. Subjects did not question the generosity of the asylum, and some are expecting... Or, wait, some are even expecting... Well, we'll see what happens. Thanks for the cash. Also, I am not blindly increasing production. I am assuming that what's going on is that because there is not enough coal making it into the warehouse for the metal smelters to go grab from the warehouse, which is right next to them, they're going directly to the source, ergo the coal mine, in order to get coal, which is what's causing their hauling time to increase. That is my presumption. So my presumption is by increasing the amount of coal being produced, increasing the warehouse stock, which is currently 0, as you can see, then they won't be running all the way to the coal mine to get coal. That is my bet. Yes. I understand. I appreciate the cautioning. But I had already supposed what was going on. That being said, the same thing is apparently happening with the ore mine, so... They have a high-ish commute, but it's still positive on production, so what the hell's going on? I look at actual production numbers. Last 3 days it was literally 59. Weird. It's a weird thing. Okay, so you are nowhere near 85 happiness. Neither are you. Services are... Right! I need to increase, or I need to upgrade my hearths. I could have sworn there was a hearth over here. There is. It is upgraded. Net positive, but don't see it going up. It's like getting stuck in a mine storage and not going to a warehouse. Yeah, that's going in line with my assumption that's getting grabbed direct from source, and there's just not enough having been produced to saturate the production building yet. As I increase coal production, now their hauling has dropped. Looks like they're more frequently going to the warehouse in order to grab coal instead of going up. Need to have range in the radius of mine. I might have reduced it far enough. No, it's still in radius. We're still good there. Should have enough laborers, or not. Rapid increase from 50 to 100. Just arbitrarily increase the number of haulers. Is that what these people are called? Delivery men. That's what it is. Population is decreasing once again. So, 11 days ago, my population was increasing, and 11 days ago, my happiness was 86. I think that is the magic number. 86% happiness is the happiness level that you get immigrants at. If you're not at 86, you do not get immigrants. Which is why Kryptonians, with their permanent positive vibes, constantly have immigrants wanting to come in. Beginning one central warehouse, okay, but should be deprecated later. Yeah. Yeah. This is only my 4th city. Aforementioned, I think I said 230 hours last time, and we are at 240. All things to be learning. Food days continuing to increase. That's people's satisfaction with food days. Continuously on the up and up. Food preferences, almost never, because I don't produce enough of their preferred foods. I think mushrooms is a basic farming. Okay. It's just arbitrarily boost. Farming by 1. Fishing by another 1. Tending by another 1. Occupies all of my innovation, but if it increases the availability of food and makes them happier, then it's worth it. I don't know if any of these people prefer fish. Dondorians specifically prefer fish. They are the most pissy of everyone, so that's probably a good idea. Everyone likes meat, and I'm not producing enough, which sucks, but... c'est la vie. I actually have enough shields. I think I'm low on spears, too. Yep. Carpenter, swap to spears. Meat mushrooms are liked by humans. Yep, I know. I've been trying to get meat and mushrooms to be in constant stock for many streams at this point, but they just eat them too quickly. Even with these 4 mushroom farms, I was losing all of my mushrooms in, yeah, 3 days. They were eating that many of them. So I need to have, like, even more and more mushroom farms in order to get that to work. Which... mushrooms are super inefficient. Yeah. Like, these giant ass farms are only producing 300. So if I'm consuming, what was it? Between 400 citizens who like mushrooms, they are consuming... sorry, 800 citizens who like mushrooms, they're consuming 400 a day. So in theory, in order to fully saturate mushroom satisfaction for them, I would need to be producing 400 times 16, so 6,400 mushrooms, which is insane. Make it double the size, it's greatly improved space efficiency. It's already like twice the size that it... well, I could merge the 2 farms. I can try that. The harvest is coming up though, so I'm not going to try to rebuild the rooms yet. I'm just going to wait until the harvest comes in, then do it. Hey, harvest the start of winter, that's interesting. I don't think I ever noticed that before. Alta crawlers work similarly to mushrooms. I suppose that makes sense. And it's a shame y'all are continuously dying. Happiness above at 86, that means I should get human immigrants. Come on. We learned that this was the case. We got 1 immigrant, and then it dipped down back to 85. 86? Crazy bastards. Okay. Right, harvest happened. Let's take your advice, and let's... disassemble the roads. Deconstruct these mountains. Then we'll turn each of these into 1 gigantic mushroom farm. Minus 48 workers. What a pain in the ass. Dismantle. You are made of... this part of the building is room. But doesn't require maintenance. Right, need to deconstruct that as well. And the road in the center. Don't forget that. Biding time? What are you talking about? Crazy things. Alright. We'll straight up trash this place. Take this mushroom farm and expand it all the way up here. Whoops. Just where the doors already are, please. Yeah, and I could put doors in the center too, why not? You're constructed, you need to get upgraded so I'm not using too many laborers. I also need to build the canals. You're gonna get a friend, so building a canal like that. Should also probably find where on the map I'm just have mushrooms and then harvest those. Yeah. Wait, I remember now. I have basically no mushrooms, don't I? No, I have a lot of mushrooms. It's something else that I have none of. Needs mushrooms to complete. It'll be a next season thing then. Continuously importing rations. Good. Should maybe have a larger ration maker. In order to do that, I should probably expand it down to where the tailor currently is, and I should move the tailor so that they're closer to where everything is happening. But I've already got this spot marked out as a bathhouse. I can put them over here. Pretty much going to be the same size, though. You require cloth or leather. I could put into practice what you all recommended, which is build the place and then have a small warehouse attached that is stocking the required material. Put that idea into practice. Let's us, for the moment, say that this square is going to be cloth production. I'm imagining this in my head, that the main building is L-shaped. And then this corner becomes a warehouse. Eight by 8, so not exactly efficient. Ideally, I want it to be an odd number so that I can span... Actually, wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yes, it should be an odd number. So let's increase with this building by 1. 7 is 7 is best. Needs no pillars. 8, 8 is okay. Yeah, but if I do it 7, 7, then... Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. Seven, 7. Then this entire place... I feel like making this entire place is... Lean for a smaller warehouse and bigger building. Yeah, that was the plan. This was going to be the building. So I was going to make it... Was it 10, 10? Then this area right here was going to be a 7 by 7 warehouse. Don't need that many crates, can just upgrade the warehouse. Yes, but in this instance, because it's going to be a weaver, you're right, I only need cotton. This would be fairly large. This should still be odd, so that I'm maximizing space. Have a 5 by 5 warehouse, maybe? I also want it to be able to, like, hold an amount that doesn't require... It's experimental. Okay. Man, none of these stack up very effectively in this orientation. I can always turn it into auxiliary loom. Just have that space be auxiliary loom. The space can be... Damn it! This size sucks. Make this entire section wall, just because I can. Section can also be wall. Then auxiliary looms. Ugh. I think I can still do some weird shit here. Five. Make this one slightly smaller. There we go. And then this can be storage. Gonna be a weird storage, but that's actually not fine. Just gonna be a small storage. Ah! This is dumb, but I think it's gonna work. Yeah. Sure. Bad foundation. Fuck you too. Logistics, warehouse. Rates. Ooh. Let's not block other item. I'm still ration maxing. There we go. For the what's their names? The tailor, I think we're gonna want to make a bigger warehouse because that warehouse will need to be able to store fabric and also, did I fuck up? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Whatever. You'll need to be able to store fabric and leather. Tailors just need fabric? Not if you're using them to produce leather armor. They need leather for leather armor. Different warehouse for leather. Why not just put leather and fabric in the same warehouse? Every tailor makes only one thing. Yeah. I suppose that makes sense. Then upgrade you. Then you just store only fibers. Okay, I appreciate the enthusiasm, guys. I really do, but like, pause. Right, you can pull fabric from everywhere that has fabric, which is, or fibers, from all of these places. And then I need a tailor to be nearby. Be able to take the output. Crafting. Tailor. I could just use the small tailor down here to produce armor. And I can just... No, I need to not leave them be because I need to produce a ration maker. I need to expand the ration maker. Whatever. How am I going to do this? This needs... This one was... $11L. This one can probably also be an 11L. Fortunately, the workbench sizes here are easier to work with. Kind of. This entire area is probably going to need to be... Oh right, this is the conveniently sized auxiliary stations. The ones that are just blocks that I can put down anywhere. Must not block other item. Ta-da! I think I can get funky with this. If I put a workbench here, turn this into wall, put an auxiliary station right here. Damn, I'm good. Foundation is still low, but whatever. Okay, warehouse. Rates, same weird layout as the other one. Although in this instance, I made a weird sized everything, so it's going to be slightly larger. That's fine. So this weaver is now operating. I don't need the other. You can left shift a crafting refining building and change the recipe to keep the same design but new building. You can left shift. Get rid of the birds. No health concerns. Thank you for the meat. Left shift crafting refining and change recipe to keep the same design but new building. You're saying that... Oh! 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 I mean, it doesn't work from... It doesn't look like it works from Weaver to... Taylor, but... That... do in fact be useful. Weaver is refining, so yeah, it's, I'm guessing it's separated into like refining, crafting. I'd imagine there's no logistics equivalent. Yeah. But interesting. Good to know. Anyways, that Weaver is up and running, which means that this Weaver down here can get shut down. Maybe? No, this Weaver is got hauling problems. This needs to auto-employ, which means it needs to have a warehouse active. It needs to be hauling fibers. He'll get there eventually. Looks like my coal and ore situations have stabilized, mostly through probably not having enough labor. Man. Something's wrong. Oh, right. It's because of my massive mushroom. No, it's not my massive mushroom farm. Wait, what? This colossal mushroom farm takes 9 farmers. The same as this half-sized mushroom farm. Probably glitched. I don't know if it's causing it any particular problems. Work value 50% versus work value 104. Okay, so it... Oh, you know what was happening? It's because I refurnished the room. Instead of doing anything else, it auto-sized. Whoa, why am I at minus 125? What the shit is going on? Oh, it's because I finished the tailor. That'll probably assist in contributing to the problem. You produce clothes from fabric. You have any amount of employ. And you get upgraded. And you take clothing. Yeah. Somebody is eating an excess of my labor, and it's probably warehouses again. Masonries, I am not producing anything at the moment. That's fine, it's deprioritized. Well, actually, I should probably let people readjust out of the excess of tailors. Food stalls 114, but I need them. Warehouse is 240. This warehouse has 74 people working in there. That is an increase. What are you storing? Foodstuffs. You should not be storing rations. You are too far away from rations to be storing them. Everything else is exactly what you were designed to do. Okay. Ooh, overshot it. This tailor is suffering from hauling difficulties. That's fine. Wait, no, you shouldn't be storing clothes. You should be storing fabric. Wrong, incorrect. Forehead. Yeah, that'll cause problems. What can you store? You're storing a lot of wood at the moment. You don't need to store that wood. I don't have that much wood anymore. Drop you down to 15. You are going to be where I'm storing military hardware, just by virtue of having it centralized so that people can muster and get to it quickly. But in addition to that, I can probably have you storing clothes because you're just kind of right there. Can't have you store clothes. I think it probably helps if I imagine like a literal supply line, right? Like a line of where all the resources go. So if I'm thinking in terms of the fiber to weaver to tailor to storage line, right? My farms are down here. The farms get cycled to the farm storage units. The farm storage units flow to the fiber storage unit. Fiber storage unit gets converted into weaver, into fabric by the weaver, gets taken up by the fabric storage unit at the tailor, which then gets converted into clothes, and then the clothes go and get stored in the nearby larger warehouse, which stores clothes. Does that make sense? Is that a rational thought? Like, big warehouses could still be good so long as I'm storing end products in bulk as opposed to anything else. I think this place just has so many workers because it needs to store that many goods. Would probably also, if I'm thinking in small warehouses, the way that I have the farm set up now, where they're kind of distributed, it would make sense to have more like a set of farms with a central warehouse where everything gets moved to, and then that resource is moved out later. I think I see what you're saying with smaller warehouses now. I can conceptualize it. Another thing I need to be doing is apparently building road here because people keep running across it. All right. I think I understand small warehouse philosophy. Because they are barely suffering any penalty from hauling, and then these guys are taking all of the burden. Okay. Is this, Blaze, is this L shape sort of the workflow that you're envisioning, where you have the resources being used for production attached directly to the building that is using that resource, and then from there it's being drawn from another storage? If so, I think I understand. So like in the instance of a smithy, right? This smithy's currently using the metal smelter, draws from warehouse, warehouse draws from metal smelter, and then smithy draws from warehouse, and then vice versa. So it's mines to central warehouse, to metal smelter, back to warehouse, back to smithy, back to warehouse, which is inefficient, and it would make more sense to be directing coals to local coal storage or to local ore storage, coal and ore storage to local metal smelter storage, and then produced iron to local smithy storage. Is that the idea that we're working with regards to small warehouses? And then if you need to haul ass across the city for something, that's when you use... Oh, good. Razor-tooth Galoose. Something something hat out of genitals. Razor-tooth Galoose. You are more dangerous than Bullseye Jag, less dangerous than Danger Jastar. But I can also just ask you to handle it. Because you like me. Want my rations? Fuck you. Die. In real life. Gronk. And Razor-tooth Galoose. What am I struggling on with regards to military supply? Armor, Falxes, Falcata. Not Falxes, Falcata. Bows. Oh shit, I am suffering somewhat severely on bows and armor. These are all problems. For me. I don't need the tailor anymore. I don't need him. I don't need him here. I can get by... Where is my mouse? Damn. With the tailor up here. But this tailor can't supply all 20 weavers. That's fine, I think. This tailor spends more time hauling than the other tailor. How's he still producing more clothes? .2, 0.04, 0.16. It's a slightly increased education. And also this tailor is not fully supplied by the weaver for some reason. Because I don't have enough people working at the weaver. Let's take the 17 people that are working at this weaver and disable them, shunt them over to this weaver. So 11 plus 17 is 28. Just set it to 25 for the moment. I have this gigantic weaver which does not potentially need to exist. Let's see how that works. Humans, why are you unhappy? You still don't have upgraded hearths. I'm working on it, darlings. I forgot about the colossal lavatory I made. The Poo Pagoda. Didn't pay our neighbor. They have now allowed free passage. Oh, shit. I was not paying attention. Well. My dumbass has potentially gotten us in a spot of trouble. Raider on their way. Didn't pay our neighbor. Allowed for free passage for Razor-tooth Gallus into our lands. Muster the men. This might be a point at which I leverage my walls into defense. Because they'll need to actually make it through my currently existing 3 layers of wall in order to attack me. Which is substantial. It's pretty substantial. Then they can tire themselves out. attack me because Razortooth Gillis has the same number of soldiers as me. They're technically better trained, except these guys have horses. Only one of them is better trained, and that's 80 of them. I can go 3-1 on, or I can go toe-to-toe with these guys, I think. No, if I go toe-to-toe with those guys, I'll get absolutely fucking demolished. I need to stack people up on these guys. And the other 2 units of 80, these are all melee, so if we're talking melee v melee, I am at a disadvantage. Quite substantially. Because one, I don't have all the armor I need. Ugh, fuck all kinds of duck. And my dudes aren't fully trained yet, because guess what? They keep dying! Ah! How badly can my archers fuck them up before bad things happen? You know what? You know what? Actually, I can set archers up along the walls, and they can pepper the enemy as they're coming in, and even if they breach the first wall, even if they start getting into the second wall, I can pull the archers back to the third wall, and then once they get to the third wall, I can have them continue peppering the enemy, and then I can send my melee units in. So I think the way I want to take this fight, actually, is to take it in the city, because if I take it out in the open field, I'm going to lose, but if I take it here, then I still have advantage of being able to set my archers on the walls. If that makes sense. Which I think it does. Alright. That's the plan. Whenever the dudes come here, I muster my men. I need to set my muster point, which is something that I need to make sure that I do. Muster point. Muster. That was still going on. I forgot to actually pause the game. Okay. Scout reports 240 soldiers, blah, 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 blah. Where do There's default muster points for all these units. I just don't know how to set them. Man, I wish I had been able to make catapults before this. Alright. Everybody, muster and start stacking up. I don't know. This big dry speck right here. Maybe they started bombarding us to clear a path. Alright, where are they bombarding? Up here? Yes! Okay. Divisions. Over to the wall. Enemy deploying their troops. Yeah, I noticed. Crucially for me, not all of their troops. Right. Wait, my archer did... The walls aren't large enough to set my archers on. Shit! Duly noted for future reference. Thicken the walls so the archers can stand there. Bring in my infantry up here. Archers do not need to be in. Y'all, up on the wall. Up on the wall. Y'all aren't gonna get up on the wall? These guys are getting up on the wall. Trajectory blocked by terrain. Great, 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 great. Right. Must be like the angle that I'm trying to set them at. No. Baby, where is you going? Mention it. Where's my other archer unit? Are my soldiers still mustering? Oh my god. Okay. This is already immediately goofy. Right, your asses get up on the wall. Up onto the wall. Via the stairs, which are right there. Oh, now you're just refusing orders. Well, this is not going to go as well as I would have hoped. On the other hand, at least the enemy is getting sleepy. Man, I wish I had catapults. Why are you able to get up on the wall and the other guys aren't? I don't know, anyone's guess. Right, am I able to put you in here? Is it because I don't have all 30 stacked into this space? Y'all ain't even going up. Man, this sucks. At least I'm learning. They made it through wall 1. And they're going to wall 2. If they're split up like this, I think I should send all of my infantry right here. Right to where the wall is. So that when they breach through, I can contest them. And then I guess the 2 useless archer divisions, which are being a pain in my ass, are going to go right here for the moment. Or right here, so that they're close to the wall. Yeah, we're getting raided. They outclass me significantly on, one of their divisions is ridiculous. 99% melee training with nearly 100% experience, so they are extraordinarily deadly. The other 2 divisions are large, but I don't think they're too much of a threat at the moment. This division is doing weird holding shenanigans. There is a dude attacking this wall, but... Wait. How are there dudes inside my wall? How'd you manage that? Did you tunnel in from the side? Whatever. Right. They made it in there. They're going to be going through that wall. I think I just need to send people through to attack. It's 120 v 80. Not that it's going to help all that much. I think they can weirdly kind of teleport through doors somehow. Alright, these horse dudes are not sustaining injuries. Okay, good for you. Pull my infantry back. Yeah, they're weirdly teleporting through the doors. wonder if I can send my archer units through in order to harass them on the other side. Under what immensely idiotic circumstance would you deign? Actually, that might not be a terrible idea. Send these archers through here, have them shoot at the horsies. I sent my other archer unit through behind them? I don't know, this is a whole test of my walls situation. I wish I could see what the damage to the gatehouse was. These guys are kind of struggling to get through to my wall. Weirdly enough, I think having this kind of choke in order to stagger them out helps. Unless they do whatever the fuck these guys are doing. Which is just kind of like ram their face, all of them at once, into this hole and then kind of lose their minds. I don't think they're even trying to attack. I think they're just trying to join up with these people that glitch through the wall. Why am I losing people? Don't know. Oh shit. Call them back. I'm going to need them right here. Set up the Crotonians to be on the left and right flanks, and those Dondorians to be the center formation. Alright. You should be able to shoot them now. They're still glitched out, which is beneficial as shit. Wait. Do none of them have armor, or am I just not able to see their armor? Have to do something ridiculous. Friendly horsemen, plug that hole. Yeah. Man, my 50% trained archers are kind of sucking ass at the moment. I always care to explain about how you're consistently missing an enemy that is standing still. Is it because I have you standing in forest? Is that what's going on? If I start moving you out of forest, can you start hitting your shots? Nope, you still suck. Wait. Injuries increased from 1 to 2%. Nope, I think you still suck. Dog, they are literally teleporting over the walls. Where are you going, Stanley? Hey, Dondorians, could you explain why you're pulling back from the front, you fucking cowards? What the fuck are you doing? Get in there. Help your brothers out. Trajectory blocked by terrain. You sons of bitches. Alright, you know what? Get in there and melee. I know I trained you for this. Believe in your forces, even the same 2 crayons short of a full box. Yeah, I don't know, man. We've got these guys fully encircled, but my guys keep just, like, pulling back and charging, which is not optimal. I think the only thing that's saving my life with these Green Mist Crusaders... What do you mean, flanks compromised? There's no flank to compromise. Get in there and crush those Crusaders. Alright, you four, y'all need to fucking hold fast. How are your flanks compromised? I'm pretty sure the game just glitched and caused all of my horsemen to die. I am near certain that that's what just happened. How do I disable archers from archering? How do I get archers to stop using their bows and start using their fists? I mean, if I can. The one Credo horseman that's still alive is the one fucking Credo horseman that's a deserter and didn't make it to the fucking battlefield. Okay, you know what? Where are you going? I can't believe it. I'm gonna lose another fucking fight. Hey, 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 you fuckers, what are you doing? Attack the enemy. There's some... What the hell is going on? Oh, I'm just gonna lose. That's what's gonna happen. Yep. My goose is well and truly cooked. That's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. My armies are completely crushed. Well, hurry the fuck up and get it over with, I guess. Man, I am not allowed to win fights. So, to note some things that happened. One, somehow breaching the gatehouse allowed the enemy forces to teleport up on top of my walls. Also, somehow the enemies were just able to teleport through my gatehouses anyways. Another thing, there was some weird shit going on, which was resulting in the enemy forces just kind of subsuming my forces, moving around them like an amoeba. 176 desertions. Most of my army didn't even fucking die. They deserted. And I think part of that was the weird glitchiness of the enemy units just absorbing my enemy units and technically flanking them just because my units were inside theirs. But I gotta say, that's really fucking annoying. We lost so much. We had 26k rations, we're down to 17k. All these resources we built up. No more leather armor or plate armor, although I imagine that's just littering where everyone died and deserted right now. Nope, it is all gone. Oh, sweet Jesus. Two streams ending on significant back-to-back L's. Just having gotten to a situation where maybe things could have worked out, but no. alter the training regimen of my archers so that they're not colossally shit. I'm getting 90% trained. You're also not getting any weapons. You don't deserve them. Clearly my infantry needs to be better. Let's boost these up to 80. Formation. What is the point of formation if you can't kill the enemy? It's length that makes it unsuited for mountain combat. Do I have, perchance... No. No, I have warhammers on my mounted combatants. Did I say 80 or 90% training? Let's bring that up to 90. It'll take 3 years to train troops, who cares? Man. What a colossal letdown. Okay. They broke a bunch of my shit. Up to and including my walls. They didn't even make it through my walls proper. They just broke the gatehouse and made it through there. Absurd. So all the things that went wrong, I couldn't get my archers in position because my walls weren't allowing them to get in position because I need to have my walls be thicker, substantially thicker, in order to mount archers on top of the walls. Secondly, I mean, the walls did do one thing. They did glitch one of their troops in preventing them from being able to even make it inside my walls. Although they did sort of, kind of, because of glitchiness. So we'll call that a wash. Looking at how the walls were destroyed, it seems like a lot of them were completely destroyed at the same time the gatehouse was destroyed. So I'm guessing that the gatehouse has about as much HP as a wall, which is problematic for a number of reasons. It means that in effect, it's got the HP of one wall but takes up 2 walls, so it has half the amount of HP. Man. Shit did not go well. I have no woodcutters. I have no immigrants. I have to bury a shit ton of bodies. I'm probably going to have to tuck into my rations in order to just survive. The big loss. A big old loss. All right. It's after 8. Gonna call the stream there. Thank you all for joining. We're gonna go send you on a raid to someone else. Let's see who's on. Anyone else streaming Songs of Six? Nope, just me. What about Timberborn? Plenty of people streaming Timberborn. Doesn't look like Zara is streaming Timberborn. That's a shame. There's a streamer with an otter face building with beavers. That seems appropriate. Let's take a look at this guy. Alright. Going to go have you all raid Blue Otter 128. Go on a raid. Blue Otter 128. Go forth. Attack. Unable to raid. Oh, they're already getting raided. Never mind. Someone else then. Alright, Chip's gray then. Go get him, chat.